What's going on YouTube? This is wwjoshdew, and I wanted to take a quick look at a product that was sent to me by Kingston. This is a 64 gig DataTraveler microDuo 3.0. So it is USB 3.0. You should get some pretty good numbers out of it, reading files to and from it using a USB 3.0 computer or device. This little connector that goes into your phone will only be 2.0, and the connector right here that goes to your laptop or your desktop will be 3.0. So to open this one, it looks like we're going to need the assistance of a knife. So let's go ahead and just cut this open. Alright, I had to go into beast mode to get this thing open, but it's, you know, it's gonna come out. Alright, it looks like it actually opens up from the top here and splits in half, and it's a lot easier to open that way than the way I was trying to do it. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the little thing here and just look at this real quick. It's very, very, very tiny, and it looks like it pulls out, lifts up, and then this part right here will go into your phone, into the USB port on the bottom of your phone. Now, a device like the Nexus 5, you will need to have Nexus Media Importer if you're not rooted. If you are rooted, you will need to use StickMount. So we're going to go ahead and turn on our phone and unlock it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and plug it into the bottom of our phone here and see what happens. It says, do I want to use this with StickMount? I'm going to go ahead and say yes, use by default, press OK. And now it's going to mount that. Granted, you need root to use StickMount. So some devices you will not need to be rooted. I want to make that very, very clear. Some devices like the Moto G, with the latest update, you just plug it in and it works. It's under USB. But on devices like the Nexus 5, you will need to go down to USB storage right here. And then there's the Kingston thing. And it is currently empty at the moment. We can go ahead and copy a file over to it by going to our internal storage here. We'll go ahead and copy over this little video here by hitting the copy button and then going back to our Kingston thing and pasting it. And as you can see, it is fairly quick. This is a small file, but it shouldn't take very long. This is a USB 3.0 drive, so we can go ahead and just unmount it by opening StickMount and then hitting the unmount button. Once it says the storage has been, like there is none, you can go ahead and unplug it safely. We're waiting for that to happen now. This sucker does get a little bit warm. It says active mounts none, so we'll unplug that. And now a device like this, the HTC One M8, I do have the Google Play Edition, and there is a little thing right here, so we may or may not be able to use this with this case. And it doesn't look like it's actually blocking it from going in there. So if you have a heavy duty case like this, it's actually going to block the thing from being able to connect to it. To close it up, you just simply do this and then slide it forward, and there you go. So this is actually a very good solution if you are somebody that has a device with non-removable storage and you want to enter your custom recovery like twerp, for example, and then make a Nandroid backup and make the Nandroid backup on here and store it on your 64 gig drive instead of the computer itself. I'm going to go ahead and plug this into the computer, and we're going to see what kind of read and write speeds we get out of it real quick. I don't estimate more than, 15, 20 or something like that because of the fact that this is so small, but we will find out here shortly. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take this flash drive and stick it in the blue USB 3.0 port. On some laptops like HP, it will be black, but it will say SS. So we're going to go ahead and just plug that in. And then we're going to go ahead and test out this right here. We're going to send a 3.9 gig file over to the flash drive, send to Kingston, and we'll see what kind of speeds we get out of this little guy here. Wow. Holy cow. Now you can actually see that. I'm actually sending this 3.09 gig file over to the flash drive at about 16 megabytes per second to the little thing here. At first, there was a very quick speed of about 30 at first, and then it slowed down to about 16. So if you're transferring a bunch of smaller files, they will go at a pretty fast rate. I'm going to go ahead and let this finish, and then we're going to see how fast it is going from the flash drive to the computer, the read speed is usually much faster than the write speed. We will find out here shortly. Alright, we're about wrapping up here. We're going to go ahead and send this file back to the computer's SSD, and then we're going to plug it into the phone and show you that the file's there in the video. So this is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but that's how it usually works. And theoretically 16 megabytes per second, and it's been staying that constantly this entire time. So that's actually a pretty good speed. That's better than class 10, which goes at about 11 megabytes per second. So let's delete this file from the desktop here. And then we're going to go back to the 64 gig flash drive. Instead of moving it, we're going to go ahead and just copy it. So copy and then paste. And we're going to see how long this takes. I'm estimating in about 30. No, we're getting 50. Again, we got about 30 at first on the right. This is the read. So we're looking at about 52 constantly, which is very nice. 51. And we're going to go ahead, well, 52. So yeah, we're staying at about a steady 52. It's taking less than 1 minute to transfer over a file. It's a little bit over 3 gigs. That is actually pretty nice. On Terracopy, this program that I'm using right here, I'm going to go ahead and hit this little button right here. That's going to go ahead and safely eject the drive as immediately after the file is done, the flash drive's being done, or the flash drive's done being used. Alright, it's safely ejectable. So now we're going to take it out, and without doing any cuts or anything like that, we're going to go ahead and plug that into the Nexus 5 here after we put in our code to unlock it. So, bam. It'll say StickMount has mounted the drive because you do need to be rooted in order to use this on a Nexus 5. Most phones you will not need to be rooted though. It has been mounted, so we can open up ES File Explorer. We can go to Kingston, and we need to refresh that. And look at that. There's some new files on here. This one being 3.09 gigabytes. There you can see that a little bit better there. And then this one that we transferred initially, I will go ahead and just show you that real quick. That was a 31 megabyte file, but it was like instant. There wasn't even a loading bar or anything like that. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. You do have many choices when it comes to USB OTG. This seems to be a pretty solid one. I'm really enjoying it so far. If you are new to my channel, please consider hitting that red subscribe button. You will not regret it. I've got many more videos coming very soon. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All links will be in the description below, as well as a link to purchase this little guy right here. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.